Hello everyone, welcome back. So let's create a new class to talk about the counting and the mapping methods. Okay, so stream mm, mapping example. So let's create a main method also. Okay, so basically what I'm going to do here, right? I'm going to make use of the mapping method. So what basically mapping method is used? Okay, let me show you a simple example. So how the previous the older version or then the modified version. Okay, let's create a static method which will return a list of string and mapping names. So same use case, I'm going to retrieve the name from all the persons. So for now I'm going to return null. You can return the data later. Import the list. So first get the information from the person repository. Dot get all persons. Open a stream. So under the stream, let's open the map method to retrieve the person name, get name, and then collect them as a list. Collectors dot do list. Okay, so what basically it is doing, this particular method is returning the data, all the names as a list of string. But basically what is happening here, I have the list of data and I'm opening a stream. Using the map method, I'm trying to retrieve all the names. I mean converting the person DTO into a list of name. So I am getting the name from the person DTO, and then once the mapping is done, I'm collecting data as a to list. Okay, but let's return the data. I'm going to return list of string. So names. So I'm going to return the names here. Let's call the method. This is a traditional example which we've seen for a long time. I mean, from the first tutorial. Let me run this system dot. Anyway, it's written a list, right? So mapping name dot is written in the list, right? So I'm going to use a for each to extract the data. System dot out println. Okay, let's run this and see. See, it's written all the person names. So what it is to do with the mapping? So when we using the map, we can simply skip this particular step. So what we can do is under the collectors we have mapping method which will do this work for us. I mean, for example, if your our method is performing 4 operations, but with the help of mapping I can reduce one step, so I can do it in a 3 steps. Okay, let's try that. So let's try. I'm going to do the same thing. Person repository dot get all persons, then open a stream, and then collect. So what I'm going to do is inside the collect I'm going to use the mapping method. Okay, so mapping method, what is that, one second. So inside the collect I'm going to open the mapping. So mapping should be under Java utility stream, right? Let me export them manually. Sometimes it will happen here. Dot star. So mapping. Okay, let me take a look at it. Why the mapping is not coming up? The reference is not coming up. Okay, let's go ahead and type it manually. Mapping. Inside the mapping, I'm had to open the person and get the names, and then collect using collectors. I'm going to, one second, collectors. What is happening? Collectors dot to list. Okay, so it's working now. So what's the problem now? Mapping is working. Okay, so what is wrong here? Okay, we are still confused why the mapping method is still showing us error. Okay, let me open the collectors to see what kind of type. Mapping is static. Okay, so we have a stream. Okay, let me put a, let me input all of them. Okay, so it's static, right? So import, I'm gonna keep it as a import static. Normally it will automatically refer, but still I have some issue with my ID, it seems. Now what is it? Oh, oh, okay, not here. I put it in the wrong class. So let me try to do the same here. Static. Oh, that is a problem. So when I put the static, it's automatically the the issue resolved. But normally when you create the mapping itself, when you try to type enemy mapping and use control space, it automatically import the specified import statement. But since I have some issue, it's my ID, it seems. Okay. Anyway, okay, let's have another name called names1 here. So I'm going to run the names1 now. Let's run it. Same kind of data. Both of them returning the same data, but the exact important thing is this particular step has been skipped or saved in this particular method. I'm not doing the map here, right? I'm once open the stream, I'm started directly collecting the data, but inside the collect internally I'm mapping those as a list. Okay, not only list, you can return as a set also. Okay, I will do one thing. Let me create another method. So mapping name one. So here I'm going to use a set of string. Import the state, and then instead of to list, you can use to set. Just a matter of minute. That is done. So to set. What is happening here? Okay, this is set. Okay. So the return is set. Let me mapping name one. Let me comment this one and do the same thing here. Let me run it again. See, we got the same data. So type has been different. Okay, but the operation is remains the same, the collecting the information and converting the part. Okay, and there are additional stuff available in the collector. There is a method called counting. Okay, so what we are going to do, let's open the all persons, open the each person have a private int kids, right? Okay, so what I'm going to do is my use case is going to be I need to create a method which will return the total number of kids. For example, I have 100 employees. I want to know the total number of kids there to the entire persons. For example, I have 1000 persons, each of them having two. So I want to the sum of each and every one like 2000. Okay. Let me create a method here. So static long count kids. So which will obviously is going to return some data. Return. So as usual, go to the person repository and get all the employee, I mean all the person here, and then open the stream. Under the stream you can use the filter. You always know that filter will take the predicate. Okay, I don't want to get all the kids detail. Okay, or instead of count, what I'm going to do is I'm going to count persons who has, or count all persons. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, so I'm going to count the person who has a height more than 140 centimeter. Person dot get height greater than or equal to 140. Okay, let's open it separately. Stream and the filter. Okay, and 40. Then I'm going to collect them. So we are not going to collect as a list or something like that. We are going to get the count of the total persons. So I'm going to use the collectors. It's under java.utility stream dot. We are not going to convert them into any list or to map or to sets. I just want the counts. So there is a method under the count terminal method counting, which will do the operation for us. So this will do the counting operation. So this will filter the data, only restrict the person who has a height of more than 140 centimeter. Okay, so let me comment this one, and so total person count is going to be count all persons. Okay, so let me run this to see. So total person count is 4. So what we are trying to see here, so the total person number of count is 4, which means in my person repository I have a 4 persons which has more than or greater than or equal to 140. So 1, 2, 3 and 4, which is right. Okay, so with this we came to end of this particular video. We will see each in the next video. Thank you.